What it's like for men to date in 2021.
So, fellas, it's your lucky day because I am looking for a boyfriend. Yes. And with that being said, I have one little requirement. Just one little guy. Just one little thing. You gotta be rich. You gotta have a shit ton of fucking money.
Wow, dating sure looks fun in 2021, guys. Anyone want to jump into that mess? You know, a lot of these girls out here dating, what they do is they date the guys at the top, and then the 80% of men, the 90% of men at the bottom, they get no play during the time when she's looking her best in her 20s. But when she rocks around to 35, all of a sudden she's got to get that money. Someone's got to pay for the bills, and she doesn't want to do it. So she wants to turn around to the average man and say, "Hey, I miss you. Oh, how's your life been going? Yeah, I've got 2 kids now. Maybe we should link up and have a coffee." And a lot of men are saying, "Yeah, no, thank you. You didn't want me before. You didn't want me when I was broke, or you didn't want me in your prime, but now you want me now that you need a meal ticket. Get out of here, man." But what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again with another response video. And on today's show, guys, we're going to be taking a look at this particular TikTok, as well as jumping into some dating advice. Now, dating advice is particularly malicious, because just everyone gets lied to, okay? But we're going to be jumping down that rabbit hole in a moment. But guys, if you're new here, you're liking the videos, make sure you subscribe on your way in. Come and join the Discord, link in the description if you haven't already. And as always, if you'd like to support the channel, guys, make sure you check out the Patreon link in the description. If you're interested in becoming a supporter of there, it's a great way to help out the channel. The link for that is somewhere in the description, so be sure to check that out. But guys, we're going to listen to this TikTok one more time, and then we're going to jump into the terrible, absolutely terrible dating advice.
What it's like for men to date in 2021.
So, fellas, it's your lucky day because I am looking for a boyfriend.
Wow, it's so funny that these girls I don't care if this is ironic or not, because this is actually what it's like out here. These girls think that men should just drop everything, and guys, we're lucky, apparently, to have these people in our presence. We are so lucky to be able to spend our money on them. Wow, that's just ridiculous, man. Imagine being that entitled. Blows my mind.
Yes. And with that being said, I have one little requirement. Just one little guy. Just one little thing. You gotta be rich. You gotta have a shit ton of fucking money.
Yeah, okay. How about you be youthful and actually pleasant to be around? And then we'll start there. How about that? Like, these girls, all I hear is demand, 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 and not a lot of what's being given in return. But guys, we're going to jump into today's bunch of stories, and we have some juicy ones for you here, guys. So they're not so much stories, they're more dating advice. So I'm just pulling it up for you guys now, and you already know it's going to be quite disgusting. Now, this article here is titled 15 Sure Signs That You're Dating a Higher Value Man. And I thought to myself, I came across this website. Someone sent it in via email. Via Patreon. And I was like, wow, this website seems familiar. And then I had a look at this last name here, and I was like, wow, that seems familiar as well. I've actually covered, not Stephen Hussey, I think it was maybe a different guy, but a Hussey nonetheless. It was Matthew Hussey up here. You guys can't see it, but this guy, Matthew Hussey, Stephen Hussey, whatever, they run this dating company where they give crappy dating advice to women. Okay, now you're going to see just how disgusting it is as we get into it. But I've covered this guy, this Matthew Hussey, the guy who actually runs the website, not Stephen Hussey, over on my Patreon, guys. And let me tell you this, he's a smart businessman, that's for sure. But this website is absolutely disgusting. Okay, this is the kind of crap that women go out into society. And they want to put it into practice, and man, it just makes men run for the hills. So let's jump right into it. I've babbled on enough. What would Mr. Fish say? What did he say? I've waffled on long enough. All right. I've spoken many times in these blogs about what makes a high-value woman. Because of this, sometimes Matt or I will be accused of not paying enough attention to the men's side of things. Dude, it's so manipulative from the get-go. For example, I've often read comments asking, why not write a piece about what men have to do in order to keep a great woman? And more recently, a reader who asked, how do I tell the difference between a high or a low value man? Now, the reason why I say this is so manipulative right off the bat is because that's all these websites do is focus on the faults of men. So to say that that's not what they do is absolutely crazy. You see, it's just. But guys, we're gonna jump into the first point. All right, let's just have a look at this. Okay, two things right off the bat. He isn't afraid of you overtaking him, and he wants to provide for you. Let's go for the meaty one first. This one might seem like it immediately invalidates the previous point, but it doesn't. Here's why. Even though he's fine with you overtaking him financially, a high value guy still wants to be someone who can provide for you in all kinds of ways. This doesn't mean he wants to pay for everything, but he'll work hard to be the kind of man who can protect and serve you, whether by being emotionally strong, financially independent, or by being able to treat you to incredible experiences and indulgent surprises. Yeah, because in 2021, guys, relationships are just servitude, apparently. We're supposed to give up our money, our resources, work hard for these girls, and for what? If we went into the what constitutes a high value woman up here, let me tell you, it'd be some questionable stuff. We might cover that in a future episode, but goodness gracious me, man. The fact that it's being spun as though to be a real man you have to pay for girls is absolutely crazy. Because the thing is, okay, if I don't pay for a girl, if I don't pay her way, if I don't do all these things to protect her and give her lavish life experiences, that makes me less of a man, apparently. So, guys, if you don't want to open up your wallet, you're less of a man. Wow. He cares about seeing you play at your best. A great guy has no interest in seeing you scale back your ambitions so that he can feel good about himself. On the contrary, he loves to see you flourish. For him, supporting your success only means more excitement and adventure. He loves seeing what you make of your life and cares about protecting your dreams. In short, the high value guy lives to see you playing at an extraordinary level. Guys, let me just break this down, okay, real quick. Girls who have ambition, girls who have a drive, girls who have a challenging element to them, they do not make good long-term girlfriends or wives. They just don't. And the reason for that is because if you want to have a girl who feels as though she's the leader in a relationship, let me know how that relationship goes for you. If you want to let a girl lead in a relationship, it is going to go downhill at some point. I mean, guys, I've said this before, and a lot of guys get confused on my channel when I say this, but if you're in a relationship, you have to be the one. Hell, even if you're just in some short-term dating situation, whether that be a one-night thing or whatever the case may be, you go on a date with a girl once. You take the lead. Does that mean that you pay for all of our crap? No. Does that mean that you treat her to holidays? No. It means that you take the lead. See, a lot of men will go on dates. I don't particularly like to give, like, I'm not a dating coach, but this issue actually comes up quite a lot in my Patreon, so I might as well answer it here now. If you're going on a date with a girl, you plan the crap. Okay, if you leave it up to the girl to plan out where you're going for the day or whatever it is you're doing, if you leave a girl to plan out your relationship and where that's going, it is going to go off the rails. Okay, if you want to have any type of success in dating or whatever the case may be, you have to be the one leading. Now, if you're looking at dating and you're saying, yeah, no way, I don't want to deal with that, hey, no problem. Like, I totally don't blame you if you're looking at dating and going, Taylor, I have no interest in leading because I have no interest in dating. That's totally fair enough. Dating at the moment is an absolute S show out there, okay? But if you're a guy who's choosing to date, you have to be the one leading. And that doesn't mean that you're paying for everything, okay? None of this, oh yeah, a real man would take me on a date. No, 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 no. Shut up, all right? Yeah, he wants to provide for you. Oh my goodness. I didn't even see this. I just had a brief read of the article and I saw the website. I'm like, man, this will make some good content. But wow, we've just sunk to a new level, haven't we? He's turned on by your independence. Damsel in constant distress is not attractive to a high value guy. A man worth being with delights in seeing you handle your own life, even if he loves to help out. Love is in bolded italics, by the way, right here. Even if he loves to help out and will want to encourage anything that promotes your autonomy and independence. While every man loves to feel needed, only insecure, daddy-type guys seek to acquire importance by seeing you helpless and entirely dependent on them. Here's the thing. Men don't want to be annoyed, right? For sure. Like, they don't want to be nagged or whatever the case may be. But you see how they're conflating this damsel in distress thing with the independence thing. This is a very, very slippery slope to coquetry. Hey guys, I want my girl to be independent, so that's why she has another boyfriend. I want my wife is so independent, she has a boyfriend. You see how slippery that slope is, guys? You're like, oh yeah, I'm an independent. We all know how independent and strong women, how their relationships goes. It's the same story every time, guys. It really is. These are independent women who don't need no man. When they're in a relationship, you really think that that attitude is good for the relationship? Holy moly! These people have the biggest attitudes, and then what they want to do is they want to say, okay, well, a guy who puts up with my attitude, a guy who puts up with my terrible behavior, he's high value. No, no, no. A guy who puts up with your crap and your terrible behavior has no self-respect. I would much rather a man have self-respect than go through this. Okay, we've got a lot of guys over here, and I'll keep going with the article in a moment, gentlemen. But we've got a lot of guys over here who will tell you these relationships with these strong, independent, ambitious women who don't need no man, they're not particularly they're not pleasant. Okay, let's continue. He's responsive to your needs, even if he doesn't always get them right the first time. Yeah, because we're supposed to try multiple times to fix someone's needs in a relationship. Okay, he might not know the exact words that turn you on most right away, or he might not realize that quality time is your love language, or he may not know that handwritten birthday cards make you melt, but he learns and responds when he drops the ball and gets it wrong. The best guy isn't a mind reader, but he is an expert at following the signs if you make them clear enough. Just enjoy it, and for God's sake, let him know how happy his effort makes you. Positive reinforcement works. Showing him that you notice and appreciate his listening skills is the best way to get more of it. I mean, what are we training here, a dog? What are we dropping? I didn't even forgot about this for a moment. Yeah, dropping the ball. That's incredibly interesting. Like, are we just training a dog here? He learns and responds when he drops the ball. It seems to me, gentlemen, that a lot of relationships nowadays are looking a lot like trophy collecting. What can you get a guy to do? You see, here's the interesting thing about relationships. See, we as guys, we typically look at relationships like, um, well, it depends on the guy, obviously, but it's not like this for guys. It's not like we have a girl and then she's like a trophy thing to us that we train. Okay, guys, a lot of guys are not interested in this whole training crap. Wives are not trained. Long-term girlfriends, not trained. You find them. We're not out here trying to turn 304s into housewives, gentlemen. But these girls will want to walk around with their husbands, their long-term boyfriends, as if he's some kind of trophy. Man, I was out on the town the other day, and I ran into two old friends of mine, like quite old friends, and it really saddened me to see because they were a couple, and the guy was just. You guys know when a guy gets turned into a cuck, the dullness in his eyes, the subservience in his eyes, and he just took so much disrespect in front of me. Like, I watched these two communicate with each other. I smiled. I was like, "Hey, how's it going?" You know, we had a good chat, how things were going. Um, and you could just see the subservience in his eyes, the weakness. That makes me so sad, man. Like, he just lost all of his self-respect, and he's just like this trophy thing that gets pulled around with her. It makes me sad. Let's continue. He doesn't he doesn't need to be asked twice to come and help you out of a bind. You're in trouble, you need help with your university paper and want someone to come and read it at 4 a.m. the night before submission. You need to be saved from your family. He'll jump out of bed and into his car to come and save you before you're even put down the phone. He might not like the damsel in constant distress, but the damsel having an occasional freakout will make him drive all night like a knight riding to save his princess. That is disgusting. That is actually disgusting. Gentlemen, let me say this. If you're a guy, you're talking to girls, you do not message girls after 10 or 11 p.m. Hell, you don't message anyone except for your boys if you're a late night gamer after those hours. Your phone goes off, you are done. We are not out here driving to some 304's house to help her with her laptop issues, her university papers. I do not care. Okay, guys, you have to treat your time like it's worth something. I am not ruining my sleep, and I would not encourage you guys to ruin your sleep to come and help someone solve a, what is this? Let me have a look. A university paper the night before it's due. I mean, no. It's just absolutely not happening. And guys, if you're someone who in the past has done this sort of stuff, you're going out of your way to do all of these things, no, just stop it. And I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm not saying that to be rude to you. I'm just saying you're not doing yourself a favor. You need to be putting yourself first, not these girls who are not. Quite frankly, these girls not going to be around in a few years. You think that these girls are going to stick around if you're doing all of this subservient crap, riding like a knight to save his princess, which by the way, these girls are not princesses. If you're doing all of these things, I mean, first of all, she's not going to be around. She's like, it's just not going to happen. Here we go. He won't take your crap. Yeah, see, this is like a customary thing to say as though they put this in to make it look as though the article is actually balanced. Like all of these ones serve the girl, and then they want to throw this one in to kind of say, oh look, the article is at least kind of balanced. You can take it as something serious. Get out of here, man. Be warned. High value guys have high expectations. If you're okay with that, this will only raise your game. He's strong, and that means he doesn't put up with draining people in his life. He has no interest in indulging complaining and doesn't have time to waste endlessly going over old problems or moaning about the past. If you're being unreasonable, he'll tell you to your face like a man. In other words, be ready for a guy who will stand up for himself and won't stand being walked over. Okay, so if he wants to stand up for himself and won't stand being walked over, what the hell is this then? Like, where's the where you can't tell me that being summoned at 4 a.m. to read a paper that she should have done ages ago is is I forget where I'm at. I just kind of lost my train of thought. I think I heard thunder outside there, guys. But being walked over. Like if you're subservient to this level, you're a knight riding to save a princess. Are you not completely cucked at that point? Like I said, guys, this part right here is just put in just to make it look as though the article is being balanced. Mind you, it's completely contradictory to the article. Like we're supposed to provide all of these things, but we're not supposed to be being walked over. That's literally what being walked over is. It's He takes care of his life with minimal fuss. High value guys limit the amount of time they spend wallowing in self-pity after a setback. They are responsive in the face of failure and spring into action at the sight of problems rather than falling apart. Of course, he's still human and vulnerable, which is a good thing. So sometimes he'll need love and reassurance that everything will be okay, but then he'll be back on his feet and fighting to get a grip again. When the castle crumbles, he's the only one who starts stacking bricks to rebuild the fortress. You see the absolute Disney level of BS that's seeping into this article right here. Castle, we got knights, we got like no. Okay, now let's look at this. So he's supposed to go out about the hardships of his life with minimal fuss, but at the same time he's supposed to be vulnerable. So reduce your emotions, but increase your emotions. Man, and this is incredibly hilarious because this article is written by a man. I'm telling you, these people are such smart scam artists. like really, all they're doing, they're just. And wait, I'll see if I can pull this up here, guys. This is a. I'll see if I can just resize this for you guys while I'm talking about it. But this is a different page on their website where they run like live boot camps, man, to these girls. Like they're trying to sell them. Oh yeah, here's your Prince Charming and whatever the hell. And they're actually like selling tickets and stuff to these girls. Let me see if I can just kind of make this. Ooh, what have I done here, boys? I'm pulling apart the screen. Goodness me. But it's just absolutely hilarious that they're going through this, and then they're setting all these girls up to be like, yeah, that's me. I'm a deserving queen. I deserve all of these things, and then they're just charging like thousands of dollars for boot camps. Like, let's have a look at this. I wasn't intending to talk about this, guys, but we're gonna have a bit of a talk about it here. I'm gonna pull down this screen if I can. Beautiful. All right. I mean, look at this absolute big sales page. Does it feel like your world has gotten smaller in the past year? Yeah, reducing options, not as much attention. Alone at home, drinking wine with the cats. And look at this guy. Oh, I mean, let's have a look at some of these. I'm willing to bet these would be absolutely ridiculous. Reframe your losses, reclaim your strength, and transform your story into something beautiful. AKA reframing your losses couldn't get Chad. Um, Worship goals and establish rituals. Use these challenge. What this is this is a sales pitch to the girls who are 35 years old who thought that their career and their ambition would bring them a good man. That's what this is. It's a sales page for those lonely women who are in that exact situation. So I got to give props to this guy for, just out here, just. I will say it is disgusting and it ruins the dating market for men and women. But this man's business acumen, I suppose you can't fault him on it, right? Crazy, man, crazy. But in all seriousness, I don't respect the man at all. Let's have a look at this. A proven process to achieve your dreams in a time of uncertainty. Wow. I wonder how much this is. First name, last name, phone number. Absolute craziness. Guys, we're going to call today's episode there. That was a bit of an interesting one towards the end. Goodness me, man. Just absolutely goodness me. It's really disgusting, to be honest with you. Like, this guy will... What he's doing is he's giving advice to women to go out there and behave more unattractive to men. They want to hit 35. This is how you get those 35-year-olds who have the demands through the damn roof. They've been pumped and dumped by Chad, and now they want a real man. So they come to websites like this and they think, yeah, I am a queen. I'm a girl who deserves all of this. No, thank you. Guys, we're going to call today's episode there. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe if you're new or if you're liking the videos, guys, and leave your comments below what you think. If you disagree with anything I've said, guys, feel free to do so in the comments. That's what they're there for. And if you're interested in supporting the channel, guys, make sure you check out the Patreon link in the description. If you're looking to become a supporter, the link for that is somewhere below. I think it's just at the top of the description. But yeah. Anyway, guys, I will see you boys in the next one. Take care.